The Folk Tales of the Mountain Backdu. Hello. Today, I am going to tell of the story of the hot springs in the mountain Backdu. Under the waterfall of the mountain Backdu, the flowers were beautifully bloomed, and the forest was lush, so it was a playground for deer. The deer were roaming around here during the 4 seasons. They were grazing dewy grass in summer and drinking hot spring water that steamed up well in winter. But once, wild boars, which were not seen even on the first day of the new year, jumped into here. The boars began to ransack for the ground as soon as they stepped in. The blue grass withered away because their roots were lifted. The wild boars did not just dig up the field of grass and turn it over, but also the roots of the trees. So there were fallen trees all over the place in dirty. So the deer's playground became deserted more and more by the day. The deer that were reputed to be benign, but whenever they saw their playground, which was dug up and turned over like a honeycomb, their hearts were sore and sore.
We can't let them as it is anymore.
That's right! We have to get them out of here.
According to the public opinion of the deer head visited the wild boars.
My boar friends, since you guys had gotten here, our playground became messed up. Our caves and trees were in disaster, so don't dig and turn over anymore.
The wild boars who heard it stood against him all alike.
What the hell are you? What in the world are you trying to persuade us to do?
We have to dig and turn the ground upside down. That you are asking us not to do it is like asking us to die. Get it?
The head of the deer spoke up, but he could not catch even the main event. The wild boars complained loudly and harshly that had seen an oddity, and they dug up the ground more and more and turned it over in a hateful spirit. The head of the deer was so absurd that he could not accept this situation. He finally got angry and said firmly,
I want you to leave this place on the spot.
You want us to leave? Who are you shouting at? Hey, kids! Do expel this unwelcome guest from our territory.
At that order, many wild boars flocked together vehemently and tried to press down the head of the deer.
All right, just you wait. You'll be sorry for this.
The deer head saw that the situation was not auspicious and jumped away. As their leader came back in an ill treatment, the deer got into rage, striking the ground violently with their feet.
Why we have to be held in disdain from those bad guys?
Dead or alive, let's fight.
So the deer got into a fight to evict the wild boars. They fought fiercely against each other. The wild boars pushed the deer down violently with their snouts, and the deer kicked the wild boars with their horns and feet. The weaker deer had more injuries than the stronger boars. There were deer with damaged bellies, with stricken backs, and broken legs. But the deer did not take a step back and just fought to protect their pleasant ground for life. As the number of deer going to fight decreased day by day, the deer gradually became inferior in strength. The Backdu spirit heard the news that the deer were suffering greatly from the wild boars.
That's not how it works, is that?
Said the Backdu spirit, getting into a rage.
do make the medicinal water gush out quickly, and cure the injured deer with that water."
As the Backdu spirit ordered his men to do that, the white steam gushed out at the foot of the deer playground, and the clean water sprang up simmering. The Backdu spirit sent the noted doctor to the battlefield to heal the deer wounded. The doctor carried a deer that had been broken its leg and sprinkled medicinal water on its leg. Its broken bone was set so soon. The deer wounded who witnessed this were so happy that they were in an uproar. They came running of themselves, and the deer which had been hurt by the abdominal muscle rolled in the water, and the deer wounded in the leg were steeped in the water for a while. The wounds of them were gone in a flash.
Thanks be to the spirit.
The deer who healed their wounds greeted and hopped into the battlefield. Even if they were wounded, there was a place to treat them, so the more they fought, the braver they became, and more they fought, the fiercer their war contributions became. The wild boars, that had no place to cure their wounds, became weaker as they fought. The ebullient deer chased off the wild boars throughout and won the final victory. The wild boars that had gotten a heavy damage at that time did not dare to go there again. So even now, there are no wild boars near the Sangsangbong peak of the mountain Backdu. It is said that the medicinal water that the Backdu spirit broke out to cure the deer is the hot springs of today.